Richie's new movie, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., starring Armie Hammer and Hugh Grant, opens this Friday, August 14th. Inspired by the 60s TV show, the movie is packed with action, humor, and stylized jazz music. Our whole audience will get tickets to go. Go enjoy. Sounds like a good one. Well, speaking of action and suspense, our very own Leigh-Ann decided to face her fear. Check this out.
This has been an exciting year for me so far. I've taken on the City Line Weight Loss Challenge. I've hit some awesome fitness goals that I'm very proud of. But now, today, I'm about to conquer one of my biggest fears, and that's heights, by rappelling down the side of City Hall. This is actually happening now. I wanted to do this challenge because I wanted to test my limits and test my fears, and I love a good adrenaline rush, and I know I'm going to feel amazing when I get to the bottom. But at the end of the day, this is also for a great cause and to support great families and children who really, all they want is to have a wish made. My wish is to make it down the side of the building, and my wish is also to be able to grant more wishes. Oh my God! Woo! I have never done anything remotely like this before. A set of very strategic strategies in place. Number one is not to pee my pants.
Yeah, look up the
This is happening. Number two is to make sure nobody's below when I possibly throw up. And number three is to go as fast as I can without making myself pee my pants or throw up. That's my strategy. Woo! Woo! I did it! I honestly can't believe I did it. Stepping off was the worst part. Coming down was actually so much fun. Can I do it again?
All right, Leigh-Ann joins us live in studio. Pay Chen joins us in studio. I have to ask you this. Was there a moment there where you were at the top and you were thinking, I actually don't want to do this anymore?
It's a good thing that we were able to edit the tape because there was a lot of swearing that happened at the top.
Oh, yeah.
My biggest fear was actually, it wasn't so much going down, it was stepping off the edge because I was trying to anticipate what would that be like. Would I be straddling something?
Right.
Would I have hands on something?
Yes.
Like that, it was the anticipation. Once I was up there, I was like, do this.
Okay.
And I really wasn't. I'm totally lying right now.
Yeah,
I was
no,
not that confident.
No. Did you look down? You
I
have
did.
to look down.
You know what? I was very, at first I was trying to go as fast as possible, get me to the bottom, and then I thought, when am I gonna do this again, realistically?
Right. Hopefully
I
never.
stopped for like a hot second, and I looked down, because knowing I had the camera, I wanted the proof that
Yes.
had been up there. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna kind of take it in, and fears aside, it was a really cool experience for a great cause.
That is so cool.
It was very
That is
cool.
amazing that you did
Bucket
that.
list checked.
Well, we thought about your journey, and we thought, well, let's talk about bucket list stuff. I've said on the show before, I'm not a bucket list person. I've never had a list. I embrace opportunities, and great ones seem to come my way, and I jump on them. But in terms of stuff on a list, I don't really have it. Pay, you actually did an amazing experience when you were in New Zealand.
Yeah, well, I did two things. I think one, we've got something from Scotland, so Glasgow,
Yes.
Scotland, where I did a flying trapeze class.
Oh my goodness.
See,
Okay, let's
crazy.
take a look at this. So flying trapeze class, which sounds, oh, that will be really fun, but you're
But look how I
really-
won't let go of my leg. Like, I won't step off. They're like, step off, step off. I'm like, no, I don't want to step off. And of all things to do when you're like going to Glasgow, you don't think about going to a circus school. But like you said, it's not like I had a list. The opportunity presented itself to take a class. I thought I was doing a hula hoop class. So that's what I thought I was doing when I got there. And then it's like, no, tonight it's the intermediate flying trapeze class.
Wow.
And I was terrified. There were a couple of other takes of that where I'm screaming. He's like, let go. And I'm going, I'm not going to let go. You can't make me let go. And I'm hollering the whole time. I have a little bit of vertigo when it comes to height. So that same thing when you sort of look down and they say, step off, and you're like, I don't trust this harness.
Exactly.
I'm just going to go plummeting to the ground. But when I was in New Zealand, I tried paragliding. And again, it's sort of that fear of open height.
That's a big deal, Pay, especially
is.
if you have a bit of that vertigo. Like, you are high up in the air
This is our crash landing. This is actually...
You were high up in the air.
That is actually how you land. I'm like, how do we land? He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, but I'm kind of worried funny about it. He's like, don't put your legs down. I'm thinking, I don't know. And then you just kind of like land and you slide and you just go. That's why they don't tell you in advance.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That was cool. How did it feel? How did it feel?
It was
to be up
great.
there?
I was on anti-nausea medication while I was up there, so I was like, whoa, whoa. The trees. It was really quite.
So
I wouldn't recommend that.
You were stoned. Yeah.
I was a little out of it, but I think that may have helped. Because then I landed and I didn't. I was like, okay, this is good. I don't need to do it again.
Right.
I've done it now.
You had a good trip. She had a good trip and a good trip. Okay, Mayor, you've been up in the air too, and on the ground. Okay, so we have a couple of things that we took off your bucket. You took off your bucket list.
Yeah, this is my big, scary picture. I stood beside a horse. That was on my bucket list.
Are you on the left or the right?
I'm on the right, and apparently my horse was asleep. So anyway, and then I got on the horse because this was the whole thing. Scott and I did that big bucket list last year. We drove across Canada, and we always wanted to go to a dude ranch, an adult dude ranch. So that was one of. But I'd never been on a horse except for those little ones that you chain up, you know, like the
little pony.
The pony rides. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like,
and they walk you in a circle.
I know, and they said someone will fall off, and I go, oh, it's going to be me, you know. So anyway, so I hung on to that frickin' horns like I had such a horrible headache and taking a picture. Anyway, so yeah, everybody, I did this. Anyway, so yeah, that was really fun. And then then I put my big girl underpants on and I did the edge walk.
You did the edge walk, which with breakfast television here in Toronto.
Yes, yeah.
There she is on the top of the tallest freestanding structure in this country.
Right, and I don't think I would have done it had not Jennifer Valentine. You know, she's done it so many times. She could probably give the tour, right?
She's done everything.
I know. So she held my hand and she goes, Merritt, it's going to be fine. You'll be great. And it was so empowering. Did you not find doing all this stuff made you go, I can chew the butt end off of a raccoon right now, you know, like.
I've never thought that.
No, I guess that's just me. Anyway,
I don't feel empowered in any way after crash landing on the ground.
Well, but you know you'll never do it again. But that was
I get
fun,
what you're talking about. It's confidence boosting, I think, to put yourself out of your comfort zone.
That's right.
Yes.
Without
and then you say to yourself, I
dying.
can actually do this, and I survive at the end, and it's amazing. So mine has nothing to do with the air, nothing to do with heights. 2 feet firmly planted on the mound. I got to throw the first pitch for the Blue Jays.
That's great.
And that was such an incredible moment for me. It's the sort of opportunity that comes around and then you think, oh, I totally want to do it. But then, you know, I'm a Capricorn. I took it seriously. I'm like, I need to practice. I need to get into the Rogers Center. I need to practice. So they let me into the Rogers Center, me and Leo, and we just got to throw with the grounds folks. And I wanted to throw from the mound, and I did it. It bounced once, but whatever. It made it.
Yeah.
So that was really fun, right?
That's awesome. That's on my list too.
What's
Were
that?
you nervous when you were throwing it?
Yeah.
For real? Like
Yeah.
with everyone
I
watching?
really
There's only like how many tens of thousands of people watching you
I
in
was
that
nervous.
moment?
I was really happy when it was done. I was just like, there's a drink waiting for me up there. I'm gonna really enjoy that. But I'm happy I did it. And I think there's something about having these things and pushing yourself to do something that you wouldn't necessarily do on a regular basis. That's kind of nice. So let's get your bucket list items. Send them to us on Twitter. So at CityLineCA, at Tracy CityLine, and we'll have a little conversation. Stuff you have done or stuff you want to do. All of that stuff. Let's go to break. More coming up.